So I think this is like a pretty good segue, because partly why we're afraid of AI is that it is modeled after our actions. But if we had AI study dogs, there's a much better alignment with us as people. So I'll talk about how we're using AI to decode what dogs are saying. So what we're building is a collar that allows us to very quickly capture audio and movement data from dogs. The reason we're doing this is because a lot of what we learn about communication comes from their body language and their audio. But having cameras, which is what we initially started with, and I'll show later, is very hard to track a dog across their whole life and all the walks they're doing. So we created something that was a lot more generalizable. Also, as dogs interact with other dogs, we capture the behavior of a lot of the environment around them. So wanted to talk very quickly about the types of vocalizations we found. A lot of these can overlap, but essentially you have alert barks, which is just when somebody walks into your house or is in your yard or there's a squirrel, they will alert you to it, either because they want you to do something for them. Actually, the squirrels are more of an attention bark, but they are trying to ward off people from coming in. There's the attention seeking, which is when they're by their bowl or outside and they want to go out. Attention seeking and alert will sound very similar. Then there's health related, where there's whimpers or whines, where they want you to do something or they need you to remove something from their paw or something else. That's just top of mind because of Leo's talk earlier. Emotional expression. This sometimes happens where you do something with a dog and then they're upset and they want you to know, or they're happy and they want you to know. If anyone has had dogs, you'll see the expression where they'll bring their face up to your face after they've eaten something incredibly gross. And then the last two are the emotional or intentful expression. This is where we finally get to a point where dogs are communicating something that they want you to know, and this is where we can actually learn. But this is an order of how often and frequent we get it. And so a lot of what we need to do to create talking dogs is to shape their barks, and this is something that we already do mostly with the military and the police, but there are amateur groups that do this as well. So this is a little bit of a sneak behind the model where we identify vocalizations both with amplitude and by time and frequency. We also cluster those vocalizations to create a repertoire and also to determine what these different barks mean for different purposes. Well, I'll just show you a quick video explaining a little bit about this. I just want to very quickly show our app experience over time and how we built our different models. We started building acoustic models by asking users to annotate the full bark beyond just our emotion plus bark type, along with the dog name for determining the acoustic signature for each dog, and we showed a repertoire below for both similarities and differences between each bark. Then we added object detection and visual ID for the dog for further context of knowing place, the objects around the dog, like the toy that we're seeing here, and also any other objects around to provide fuller context. This gives us the acoustic context above called food time, which we were able to also determine with routine, the name of the dog both on audio ID and video ID for a final empty bowl alert below because there's an empty bowl in the background. Now we're able to get a fetch understanding because of the dog holding a ball in her mouth, and then a full caption, which is a thought bubble because she hasn't said anything. Then we were able to further this by not taking into consider routine, but weather, and seeing that Cash is wearing a jacket, we were able to determine that he's cold based on the whimpers that we are hearing from him. And then this allowed us to then further and understand Kai again where she wants to go out, which gives us, it's a little bit outside of routine, but we get the name of the dog both on the video ID and audio ID, and we know that she wants to go out. So we were able to take this into 4 different contexts. That gives you a scope of what we've built and how we've built it. I just want to very quickly show. Okay. That's good. Basically what I want to show there is we got emotional context, we got the actual context around the scene, we got the objects in the scene with the video, but now with audio models we can actually do this directly without having the video context as well. This is just a video of the first time it worked, but I was just... I didn't do anything. It's detected as I want food. I didn't do anything. So ultimately, that one where she wanted to get food, we were able to detect a certain emotional, the certain context that she want. Now, the text is just generated by us. That's not exactly what she's saying, but it was allowing us to get, okay, she wants food. Rather than just saying food or now or the exact things, we turned them into sentences. More and more of this stuff is becoming widely understood because of the work that we're doing, Fluent Pet's doing, and other organizations like ESP, because what we're finding out is not just that animals can communicate once we have given them the right education in it, but that they want to communicate and they want to introduce what they are looking for us to do for them. And that's why I think that as AI better understands animals for us to understand them, it'll be better for us to align to that kind of value system. Because animals, in a lot of ways, have shown us the path of alignment, especially dogs, a way that they've evolved naturally and the way that we have selected for certain traits. But mostly dogs have evolved to be aligned with us naturally, despite a lot of prior information. We've gotten a lot more information about that now. So thank you so much, and looking forward to any comments later.